Mountain, Island, Lightning Bolt, Spell Pierce, Switchblade, Stab Wound, Red Mage, Blue Mage.
Record. Okay. We're recording now.
Jesus Christ.
I will make a checklist, like, thing for this.
It'll be like a rocket launching procedure.
Oh,
Give me a go, no go for stream.
Well, because, like, what was it, like, yesterday? The problem we had was, earlier in the day, I had been streaming on Arena.
Working perfectly fine.
On Windows. But then I switched over to stream live on the Mac, and I forgot that Mac does not like other people's software. So I think I described it pretty well to our Dungeon World group, where basically it's like I have a hose for audio, and OBS is like, I want some of that hose, and Mac is like, no, you can't. And so then I have to trick the Mac into thinking that the hose is still its own hose, but it's actually 4 different hoses connected to one hose, porting all through one box. Digital. God. So anyway, here we are. I have it all figured out now, and you should all be hearing Kenny.
Yes.
Hopefully people are hearing Kenny.
I mean, people aren't reacting as if they're not, so I think we're good.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm sure by now somebody would be like, nothing's happening. Anyway.
Big thanks to Rudy and Josh.
Yes, Rudy Basso and Josh Long, one in chat right now, who both helps me out a lot. If not, at least just being I don't know, soaking up the stress that I was throwing at them. So,
but we're doing it. We're on a stream. So
yes.
Podcast people, we'll still be putting this out as a podcast. I'll be editing this stuff later on. If you are happy to get this as just audio, that'll still be available. But hey, jump in the stream.
Yeah,
we'll be doing.
Watch it live.
Yeah, we'll be doing fun
The plan
stuff.
is to do this every Tuesday.
Yeah, just make it part of our recording process.
Yes, exactly. Whew. Yeah.
So, we wanted to first touch on today, after decompressing from getting the stream set up, we wanted to take a moment and add some context, because this is kind of a shift for us, not just in getting the stream itself ready to go, but also how we approach just the process in general, right?
Right. So one of the big things is, like, we're starting to stream this live, but we've been putting the show on for over a year now. Yep. Has it been a year?
Yep.
Almost 60 episodes? Yes. We're on, like, episode 57 or something. Just went out.
Yeah.
And so if you've never listened to the podcast, or don't know me and Kenny at all, we have a very, I don't know what you want to call it, dynamic. We just really like to shit on each other.
Yeah,
a lot.
Shit posters as friends.
Yes. It's almost like we kind of, I would say that what you are seeing in or hearing in the podcast or seeing on the stream live is I don't know, like our personas.
It's an amplified version.
An amplified version of us. I do really lean hard into being a shit goblin, and I don't know what you want to call yourself.
Just like a snob know-it-all kind of situation. Like holier
looking
than
down
thou.
on me, kind of thing. And this is something that we are okay with.
Yes.
So, if you listen to this...
in fact, the entire conceit of the show.
Yeah. So, I mean, we even did it early on where, like, there was a couple times where it was just maybe a little too hard. And so personally, we have been like, hey, is that okay?
Yeah.
Am I actually hurting your feelings right now?
Right. Just to peel the curtain a little bit here. We're being, like, pretty genuine right now. And we definitely will not always be.
No.
But,
and this is not a PG show either.
No.
There will be lots of cussing.
Yes, definitely. When we first started recording the podcast and we were figuring out where we wanted to land on just our dynamic and how it was going to be amplified, there are definitely a few moments in early episodes where we were like, is that too far? And even, like, I had moments where I was like, it doesn't, like, even if that wasn't too far for you, Amber, I didn't like that. Like, like moments where I was like, calling you stupid, all in joke, but I was like, I just didn't even like saying it, so...
Yeah, like that happened. And also for me, there's been times where I've like joke about how like I don't really work on this show or do anything for this show and like blah 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 blah
Which
blah
is
blah blah.
clearly not true. given
Because look at this beautiful overlay that I made for us.
Everyone appreciate it.
Everybody appreciate it, because if this goes, and it will be as a podcast, we got to tell the podcast listeners what's going on the screen. So,
Yeah.
but real quick, side note, Kenny and I both agree on treating each other like shit on the show to a certain degree, and we're good with it. It's all good fun. Sorry if that dynamic's not good for you. It's okay. I'm sorry, but that's just who we are. The end.
Yes. And we understand if that is not your cup of tea. That's perfectly fine. Also, though, you don't get to see in the final version of the podcast where I edit out our like checking in with each other stuff. But obviously on the stream you will see that occasionally, and that's I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, can I talk about what I made for this overlay?
Yeah, please go.
Because I took the time to recreate a very simplified version of the Magic the Gathering cards, borders. And of course I have one that's red and Kenny has one that's blue. I'll let you read your card because you came up with it. He actually came up with the content, and I told him to be silly.
We both came up with our cards.
Yes, yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, go ahead, read yours.
Yeah, so my card is Kenny Existence Arbiter. Costs blue, which is, the same mana cost as another great spell in Magic. This is a legendary creature, Blue Mage. Has Hexproof and Shroud, very important. Is unblockable. And has the activated ability blue, counter target spell, ability, card draw, attack, block, or concession attempt. So if you try to leave this game, you're not allowed to. Doesn't actually work within the rules because you can't counter most of those things, but I like it.
Yep.
And then the power and toughness is 1/2. And you were asking me, because it took us a few iterations for you to understand what I was asking for.
Yeah, I was like,
there.
what are you asking 1/2? I thought you meant like literally just like 1 power 2 toughness.
No, half. And the reason is that once you have this out, I really wanted to emphasize how long I wanted to draw out the game, because this card makes it so your opponent can't play, and then it takes twice as long to chip away at the life total.
Great. Wonderful. And your flavor text?
I'll allow it. Just funny because this card doesn't allow anything, so.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's why the flavor text is good, right? It's like, I'll allow you to play, because whatever. Anyway.
Great card.
Okay, so my card is Amber, Queen of Goblins. Costs 1 red, like so many good goblin cards cost. Has haste, vigilance, and mentor. Goblins you control have haste, double strike, and attack each turn if able. And then power of infinity and toughness of 1. And my flavor text that made me laugh a lot when I like wrote it out was, I'm broke as shit in more ways than one. So good.
It's a very old-fashioned card in some ways because it's like clearly a goblin lord, but it itself is not a goblin.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to
Legendary creature, red mage. That's me.
These are amazing. You did a great job on this overlay.
Thank you.
Podcast listeners, you should check it out.
Yeah,
go look at it. It's beautiful.
Twitch.tv/Geekspective.
That's right. Okay, so normally we do a couple segments for a show, or we do an actual play, and in the future we might do some arena play, finally.
Yes, yeah.
Which would be awesome. Today we're just doing one segment, which is not even a segment.
Whatever. It's fine.
We're looking at Ikoria. So we are in spoiler season for the next set, Ikoria, Layer of Behemoths. Oh, yes, please.
Now this is where I take over and just start peppering Kenny. Because another thing is, I really don't know a lot about Magic. I mean, I know enough, but I really don't. So anyway, what's Ikoria? Is it someplace we've been before?
No, this is a brand new place.
Okay. So...
what's the deal?
What's the deal with Ikoria?
I'll be honest, I know next to nothing. I know the general gist. It's Godzilla world. It's like crazy big monster world.
Sure.
I know as well that there is some artifact in the world, this twisting spire of like potentially living mass, and whenever it twists and mutates, it mutates the creatures in this world.
Okay.
That's literally all I know as a certainty.
Okay. Is there a planeswalker for this set?
There are a couple so far.
Okay.
Should we look at those first?
Wait. Are they animals? Because if they're not an animal, I'm mad already. Like, you can't have this place that is supposed to be just like giant behemoths, monsters, and then just decide to put like some sort of sentient tiny person or something, and then I don't like that.
How about instead of sentient tiny people, sentient normal sized people?
Tiny in comparison to behemoths. That's why they're tiny.
I see.
Normal size. But okay, but still, again, I don't want humans. Why or anything that is humanoid? There should be a planeswalker shark or a planeswalker Godzilla. That would be cool. Yes?
It is.
Yes?
I mean, I agree. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because there's been like a big push from fans, again, going to Mark Rosewater's blog. He gets peppered and bombarded constantly with people who are like, when are we going to get another non-humanoid, not just non-human, but non-humanoid planeswalker?
Right.
And he talks all the time, and I get it, that there are problems with that. Like, you can, the whole idea of planeswalkers is they're basically like player inserts.
But what if I'm at heart a dinosaur?
Yeah.
We make avatars out of everything.
Right.
We don't have to be a human.
I was going to say, I think the state of the world, society, whatever you want to say, is such that I can put myself into the shoes, flippers, fins, talons of whatever you want to have be a planeswalker.
So, I will be upset if every planeswalker of this set, just calling it right now, if they're all humanoid. They're all humanoids, aren't they?
Well,
every single one of them is a humanoid, isn't it?
There have been
I'm mad already.
Two planeswalkers have been revealed so far.
Okay.
Should we take a look at them?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, I'm gonna do a scene transition, and I have Scryfall open. We'll see if this works, y'all. Okay, you can see a corner of Scryfall. It's working.
I'm watching to see what happens here.
What do you want me to look up?
Okay, so see if you can't look up Vivian Monsters Advocate.
Is it Vivian as in Vivian the Vivian?
Yes. You can just try Vivian and then see if that pulls it up. Got it?
Yeah. Oops. Too zoomed in, too zoomed. There we go. There she is. She's there. Oops. I forgot there's a delay. But there she is.
Okay, great. So, we'll go ahead and read it here. This is Vivian Monsters Advocate. 3 green. Amber's already shaking her head.
Monsters Advocate should be another monster. I'm sorry. Who better to speak for monsters than a monster themselves?
Anyway, 3 loyalty. Has some passives. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. +1, make a 3/3 green beast creature token. Put your choice of a vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on it.
That's not bad.
-2.
I like that.
-2, which you can do right away, of course. When you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library.
Boo!
Just
on principle alone. Just boo on principle.
Purely on the basis of this
just
isn't a
purely
monster.
on this is not. She's not a monster. And what is she doing here?
I think. I mean, again, we're kind of in a state where the story is unknown. Spice 8 Rack just had his video about how opaque the Magic story has become. Like, we just don't have access to what the story is. Do you know her deal with her bow?
I don't care. What's her deal with her bow? I guess
it doesn't matter.
Obviously, you brought it up, so it must be something special.
So she was introduced to the story right before War of the Spark because they needed another green planeswalker.
Of course,
that was like had been affected by Bolas, and so her backstory is her entire world was wiped out by Bolas, and only she is left. And she has this bow called the Arc Bow that like has the spirits of the beasts of that world in it, and so she can summon them with arrows.
Okay.
And so I think she's coming to this world, the home of all these legendary behemoths, to Pokemon more awesome monsters for her bow.
She's not an advocate.
No.
That's not an advocate. An advocate doesn't go, hey, monster, get in my bow. I'm going to use you.
She's an advocate in the sense that, like, lawyers would use the term advocate. You know what I mean? Like, you can expect my bill later.
Yeah, she could go to... She can get... I'm mad.
I don't like it either. I do think it's a very powerful card.
I mean, that's why I'm mad on principle. Not like, okay, there's some good shit going on in the abilities, but...
All right, do you want to look at the other candidate for Planeswalker?
Tell me the name.
Lukka, Lukka.
Just that's it?
It has more to it, but that should pull it up.
Coppercoat Outcast.
That's the one. You want to read this guy?
Oh man, he sounds like an edgelord already.
Look at this picture. Of course he is.
God, it's Tiger King. It's the Tiger King.
I think it's so funny, like these two pictures. I mean, clearly they did the art so that they were kind of mirrors of each other, but they're so similar.
His name should be Joe Exotic. Coppercoat Outcast.
Do you like his arm harpoon?
God, yeah. I do. I'm really excited for lots of reasons. Okay, Lukka, Coppercoat Outcast. Comes in with 5 loyalty, +1, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Creature cards exiled this way gain. You may cast this card from exile as long as you control a Lukka Planeswalker. -2, exile target creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with higher converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. -7, each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. All right.
Yeah, the ult is enjoyable.
If you have a lot of big old beefy boys out there.
Or
what's that?
Or 100 goblins, you know.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, but I'm not gonna put this Tiger Man into my goblin deck.
I look at the wall of text that this guy is.
I know. I was reading it and hating it. Like, I think I got through the -2 ability one. Like, I got into half of the first sentence and then I fell asleep and my mouth was just moving. So.
Yeah, that -2 is gross. Oh, we're receiving. Hold on. We're getting a report from the field.
What?
Echo Roanoke says that there's a new Narset as well. So there is another Planeswalker.
Oh, okay. So look up.
And I happen to know that Narset is also human.
Huh. Narset of the Ancient Way?
Yes. Oh, I did see this a little bit ago. Oh, yeah. The thing I love about this one is that there's a big meme that's been going around recently about how white is the worst color in Magic and has been for several years.
And she's kicking it?
Yeah, she's kicking the white man symbol.
Nice.
Yeah, her foot's coming out of the frame as, Planeswalkers are wont to do. And she's just kicking that white mana symbol.
Yeah, because Planeswalkers can't be bound by the border of a card.
That's right.
So
she is 1 blue, red, white, 4 loyalty, +1. You gain 2 life, and you can add blue, red, or white mana to your pool, and you spin this to cast only non-creature spells. That's interesting. -2, draw a card, then you may discard a card. When you discard a non-land card this way, Narset deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to target creature or planeswalker. The text. And then -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this emblem does 2 damage to any target.
That's nice.
That is nice.
That is very nice.
The plus and the ult are like nice and clean. I just want more like clean ability lines.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, who's Narset? I don't know who this planeswalker is.
So she was originally from Tarkir.
Okay, so Dragonland.
Yes, and she trains under Dragon Lord Ojutai. Yes, Ojutai, and
Wow.
they're like a martial monk tradition, as you can
Okay.
clearly see here.
Yeah, she kicking.
Yeah,
Equal monkin, I
Yeah.
guess.
I don't know what she's here for.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what
It
is
feels
it?
like it's just a mishmash of.
I hope she's
characters.
coming here to kick Vivian's ass and be like, "Don't you fucking do this. These
these
are not what
monsters.
these monsters are for. Why are you here?
I'm gonna kick you back to your plane.
Unless it all ties back to Eldrazi."
In what way?
She's gotta put them in the bow because she knows it's coming.
So she needs the power to deal with Nicol Bolas in an Eldrazi hole.
Yeah, the power of 50 Godzillas is about equal to a Nicol Bolas in a Eldrazi.
I will say, speaking of climbing into something to fight giant monsters, I'm sad so far. We'll see if something else happens here. We had long ago, I made a prediction for Ikoria that they would have vehicles that were basically like mechs of some kind
Yeah?
as like a classic trope with giant monsters because we knew that was going to be the theme. So
Yeah.
far, there haven't been any giant vehicle
Huh.
type things, unfortunately.
I mean, we have vehicles, but yeah, they should.
Yes? You
Nothing. I was just thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh.
I was thinking about Exodia. We have to collect pieces of a thing
I
to
see.
make a thing happen, and it's like I would enjoy that. Like, again, it would be an element of the game where it's like I'm not playing a game against anybody. I'm just playing a game against myself and trying to see if these pieces can happen. And then I've got a giant, unbeatable robot
Gotcha.
that's being piloted by Godzilla. Godzilla in a robot.
See, that's what I want.
Yeah, this should have been. I hate planeswalkers. I just want to
I
have
would've-
fun
I'd really
without a
liked the idea of
planeswalker.
I would have really liked the idea of a giant monster planeswalker, especially being like, we need a new threat out there, and like, how cool is like a giant Godzilla planeswalker?
Well, it's like, you know, one of our. I think you read the book series too, his Dark Materials, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like what I liked about the Subtle Knife when you actually got to start to see different planes of existence,
Yeah.
different worlds,
And how radically
they're
different they were.
how radically different they were, but they were also non-humanoid. Like specifically, the one place where they
The
went to
wheelie
with the
things.
wheel, they had like the nuts that had like the god particle in it, and
Right,
like
and they had like a little appendage to like stab these things.
and then roll around,
And this planet just happened to have like lava flows that basically made natural roads that they could roll around on.
yeah. So it's like, okay, cool. They're obviously sentient, and so they theoretically could be, they could spark. Why can't we fucking go to a goddamn plane that has weird monsters that roll around on coconuts who can be a planeswalker?
Why can't we have sentient coconuts for that matter?
Why can't we have sentient anything other than humans or, like, I don't know, dragons? God.
I think, I mean, and people, again, with Rosewater, people have made this point where they're like, look, we get that, you know, most of your planeswalkers need to be humanoid because that's what sells packs and blah, blah, blah. But can you throw
Yeah.
us a bone every once in a while and have, like,
Right.
a starfish planeswalker or something?
For fucking real. Give the people what they want. Give me what I want.
Well, and I think there's a way to satisfy both. You can make weird planeswalkers that are badass and cool. Like, I think, you know, a Godzilla-style planeswalker, I think, who would not be happy about that? Come on.
I know. I mean, good God. Zilla. God. Damn.
Okay.
I just want the world to end and then it be rebuilt in Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Okay, wait. What's going on?
So you're upset, obviously.
I'm always going to be upset at
Okay.
everything.
I want to bring you back. All right. I'm going to send you a link
No.
in our chat.
Which one? There's
Not
got
the
500
Not the Twitch chat.
Okay. Zoom chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, open that up. Don't keep us waiting. Podcast people don't know what you're reacting to.
I can't breathe! Hashtag
It worked. The hashtag worked.
Flagback worked! Did it work though? Did anybody even ever hear me? I feel like I'm like ahead of the game on a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff. And then it comes out, and then nobody realizes how fucking spot on I am.
You called food tokens.
I called food tokens.
We called Bruchwag.
Well, there's lots of other things I did.
That's all.
What the coins in Theros.
Oh right, the coin tokens for Atrios
Y'all,
or whatever.
I'm a fucking genius. Anyway, this is the all fucking mighty Bruchwag. Cost 1 green mana. Creature, Bruchwag. Stay consistent magic. Thank you. Trample.
For a 1/1.
For a 1/1. But you can pay 3 and a green, and all mighty Bruchwag gets +3/+3 until end of turn. I'm gonna make a Bruchwag deck.
Bruchwag tribal. And then the flavor text, did you see that?
Okay, I'm reading the flavor text. Laughed at the Bruchwag. Hunter's expression meaning died unexpectedly. Oh, I see.
So if you laugh at the Bruchwag, you are soon to die.
But look at, I love this card too. Look at that card art. Oh my god. He's so fucking majestic.
What an absolute unit.
Oh, look at all the other creatures. No.
Yeah,
like,
step back.
Step fucking back. That Bruchwag gonna fuck you up. That's so great. I love it. I'm so excited. This is the best thing. This is a gift. A gift that Wizards has given to me specifically. They could have just mailed it to me. Okay, yes.
The next logical step, of course, is a Bruchwag Planeswalker.
Yes. There is only one. He is its own creature type.
That IP. That original IP.
Make it a Planeswalker, give it a name, call him Helena. I don't know what you would call this fucking Bruchwag.
Call him Helena.
I don't know. Whatever.
That's good. Okay. So I think from here, 2 things, I think. Thing number 1, since we're on Twitch, we're streaming right now, and we only have this segment planned, I think if anybody in the chat has some questions for us, you can start typing those out, and then at the end, we'll look at some questions, if any pop up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And while we're waiting for those to fill in, maybe we just look through the visual spoiler and see if anything catches our eye.
So, spoiler alert?
Yeah.
I really like Seb McKinnon's art for this.
Oh, the Mythos?
Set. Yeah, the Mythos set of cards. Those are really pretty.
Yeah, they are. So the Mythos is like, they're styled as cave drawings of the 5 mythic, tricolor, legendary, mutating, crazy monsters that I take to be like sort of the dominant forces on this world. And of course, it is Seb McKinnon, so they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love how, I mean, they're gorgeous, but I love how they tell stories about what the cards do. So, for example, you've got Mythos of Nethroi, and it depicts Nethroi, this sort of like slithering... Oh, something wrong?
No, I was just bringing it up, sorry.
Gotcha. So it's 2 and a black for an instant, destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature spell, or if green-white was spent to cast this spell. So you get to kill either a creature or a non-land permanent if you met that special cost. And Nethroi has itself this devouring power, and you see in the art here it tossing humans into the air and one's in its belly.
Get rid of humans!
Advocate of monsters.
Oh, every time I hover over it, it makes it... It shows the alternate card art, I think, or an alternate border art.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in here.
Yeah.
We've got mutate, which is, what do you think of that mechanic?
I'm gonna look at the Sea Dasher Octopus because I haven't seen it. Is it new for this set?
Yes.
Never before?
Yep.
Oh wow, look, alternate card art is awesome. Sea Dasher Octopus. 1 blue. I'm looking at this because it has mutate. Mutate 1 blue. If you cast a spell for its mutate cost, put it over or under target non-human creature you own. They mutate into the creature on top, plus all abilities from under it. Huh. So it's basically... It's not... what's the other card? Morph? Right? That's the other mechanic? That other mechanic is called Morph? The other ability? Whatever? You know what I'm talking about?
What other ability?
I'm talking about the
Morph makes
other...
it so that they're face-down cards that you flip up.
Yeah. I know. That's what I was asking
Okay.
about.
Are you saying is Morph in this set?
No, I said this is kind of like... Not really. It's not really like Morph.
No.
It's just weird.
It is very weird. I think the thing it's closest to the unmechanic that has like 2 creatures that you can smush together.
Yeah.
And it's also very close to, there is a commander's product that had an actual commander in it, the Mimeoplasm. I have that deck. I've played it before.
Yes.
For the podcast. And that took one creature's power and toughness and another creature's abilities and smushed them together. Mm-hmm. And this kind of does that.
Right. Huh.
I think it's an ability that when you read it, it's very complicated to read and it has lots of little nuanced interactions. But actually playing it, I think, will be very simple. Because you'll just smash on top, and they've got that shadowy kind of line that shows how you would do it, basically.
Here you go, Josh, answering a question from chat. Shark Typhoon is the Sharknado of the set.
Yep.
It's there. It's an enchantment. Costs 5 and a blue. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a XX blue shark creature token with flying.
Of course.
Where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Oh, it also has cycling. Nice.
Yeah.
When you cycle Shark Typhoon, create a XX blue shark creature token with flying. Nice.
Yep. Flying sharks. Yep. Very clear reference to Sharknado.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, so this set might, you were saying, Brushwalk obviously is made for you. Shark Typhoon specifically made for Echo.
For Echo, yeah.
Where's my card? I'll show you my card.
Well, what is it?
It's called Neutralize.
Oh.
Did you find it?
Yep.
Alright, Neutralize is 1 blue for an instant. Counter target spell. And it has cycling 2. So you pay 2, discard, and draw a card. So remember when we were talking about the lesson of how to play control, and I was like, you want removal spells, and you also want card draw spells. And the best card draw are instant speed, so that you can, if they don't cast a spell, you can draw a card on their turn. This does both. This counter spells, and if they don't do anything, then you cycle it. I actually can't believe they printed this card. This card seems nuts. Don't you think?
I don't like it.
I think it's ridiculously strong. I don't know that I like it existing as a card.
I don't like
So it kind
it.
of takes the decision making out of it.
I don't like it. Moving on.
Okay, can I show you a card that I don't think you'll like existing?
What is it?
I don't like it existing either. Let me find it real quick. Look up Skull Prophet.
Wow.
So this is black-green for a human druid, a 1/1.
No!
Taps to add black or green. Tap, put the top 2 cards of your library in your graveyard.
No! Stop it!
Yeah.
No, I don't want this for those people who like to play in their fucking garbage bins. Fucking raccoons. Get out of there. Stop it.
Especially anytime they do this where there's no mana cost associated with these abilities.
No, it's just tap. And then if you have like fucking anything that lets you untap target permanent, just gross.
You know what the most offensive part of this is too?
What?
Look at its power and toughness. It's a 3/1. Why does it get to beat down as well?
That's fine. That's fine. You just throw a goblin at him. He's got 1 toughness. It'll be fine. He could kill my golem if he wants, but he's gonna die too. But that's not gonna happen. This won't happen.
All right. Do you have anything you want to talk about before we do some questions?
I don't think there's any questions.
There is a question.
Okay.
Echo is asking us to tell everybody our opinion on the otter.
What the fuck's the otter?
So I think it's called Zuri. I need to find it. It's a blue-red legendary creature. Lutri. Lutri.
Oops. There we go.
That was close.
That is it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. So this is, it's so cute. It's Lutri the Spell Chaser, a legendary creature, elemental otter. Costs 1, is it? It has companion, so this is one of the new mechanics here.
Okay.
Companion means that basically it's almost like a commander, but you can play it in just a normal deck. You can play it in limited, you can play it in constructed.
Okay.
Companion means that you play this with this card outside the game, and you can play it as if it's in your hand if you meet certain deck building restrictions.
Okay.
So for this one, the restriction is each non-land card in your starting deck needs to have a different name. So you can't have multiple copies of cards in your deck.
Okay.
That's the only way you can have this as your companion. It's a flash, it has 3/2, or it's 3/2. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control, you can choose new targets for the copy rather.
I'm processing.
Yeah.
I don't do well with things that exist outside of things that have to meet certain requirements for things.
Yeah. So basically, you would build a deck. Like let's just say it's a standard deck. Okay.
Okay.
So you build a standard deck. If you want this to be your companion, this has to be in your sideboard. Because in like standard play, you can't play things from outside the game unless it's in your sideboard.
Okay.
So Lutri's in your sideboard. And in addition to that, if she is in your sideboard, or if it is in your sideboard, you have to meet the requirement. So all of the cards in your deck that aren't lands have to be different. You can have multiple copies.
Huh.
And if you meet those requirements, then you can cast her from the sideboard once per game. So it's like, it kind of feels Commander-ish.
It's already banned in Commander.
That is what the question is, yeah.
And it's also banned in Brawl.
Yeah.
What? Why?
So the logic that has been provided is basically that restriction, you can only have one copy of each card.
Yeah.
All Commander decks have to meet that restriction.
Yeah.
All Brawl decks do. So this isn't really a restriction for those formats.
Right.
That's their logic. Do you buy that?
I mean, this feels like it's for Commander.
Yeah, I mean, definitely this whole mechanic feels super Commander.
Why would you... You're forcing other decks to become Commander decks, essentially, in order to play this card.
Right.
That's
Right.
stupid. I don't want to play Commander in Standard. That's not what I am playing Standard for, right? Like, that's...
Yeah.
It's... what?
So here's one question I have about these companions, and we'll see if chat can clarify this. So if you're playing a Commander game, can you have a companion on top of that? On top of your 100 cards?
Does it sit outside of the battlefield like a Commander?
Yeah.
It's just a separate entity from the game
Right.
entirely.
Right. In limited or in standard or whatever, it would be in your sideboard, but that's outside the game.
To answer your question, yes, is what chat says. What
Okay.
Echo says.
So you can't have this on top. So yeah, right. So these other champions, or companions rather, you can have, if you meet the requirements, you can then have them on top of your 100 card deck to jump in.
It's like a sideboard.
But I think I understand the banning a little bit better now, because if you're playing red-blue, there's basically no reason not to have this card floating around, because you automatically meet. And to clarify, the other cards have much tougher restrictions to meet in Commander. So things like you can only have even converted mana cost is one of them.
Okay.
Like, that's a much harder thing to meet than...
Yes. I get you.
each one has to have a different name.
Interesting choice, though.
I think a
But
solution
why? Because, like, to me, that it means, like, if they're gonna start, if we're thinking about mechanic and flavor, why this otter would need this requirement? Like, what's special about this otter that makes it like it needs all different names? Could they have made it something else? Like, all of it has to be like water things. You know what I mean?
That's how the uncard would work. You can only play cards that have water in the artwork.
Yeah.
The way I read it, flavor-wise, is like this is like a curious creature, and so it's like interested in new spells, and so it always has to have something new to go to. So you can't.
But are otters like that? Otters pick one rock that they love, and they use that one rock to crack open things constantly. That's what otters do.
Is that right?
I'm not going to look up anything on the internet. This is the belief I choose to believe right now in this moment so that we continue this podcast, show, whatever. But I'm pretty sure otters have 1 to maybe 5 of different stones that they use to crack open muscles. And that's all that they use. And they don't ooh, I can't wait to find... Maybe I could use a hammer instead of a fucking rock.
Ooh, I'm going to throw this rock away. I already used it once.
That's what otters do.
I feel like...
They could have picked a better fucking animal. Like a raven or something who's like, oh, shiny, oh, shiny, oh, shiny. That makes more fucking sense than an otter.
I mean, I definitely agree with your evaluation that this seems like it was made for Commander. Like, even the choice to be an otter, this is so fun and playful, and then just to instantly ban it.
Well, look at it. It's Sonic the goddamn fucking Hedgehog right there.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast. Gotta cast all these spells.
They didn't think that through.
Ay. God. Okay, whatever. Otter.
So, to sum it up from your perspective, it sounds like you don't like the Planeswalkers.
I fucking hate the Planeswalkers.
You don't like Lutri, or maybe even Companion at all.
I don't know. I have to see other companions. Maybe Lutri is just stupid.
Do you want to look at another companion?
I guess.
Alright, let's find one.
I mean, I'm fine with things that are cast outside of the game. I get that.
It's cool.
That's fine. There's a dolphin. Phase dolphin.
Oh, there's another otter as well. Yeah, the creature types really are great in this game.
Phase dolphin. And fuck you. It is not a goddamn whale. Phase dolphin, creature, elemental whale?
What?
It's not a goddamn whale!
I can't believe they did that. Phase dolphin creature elemental whale. You've been flabbergasted multiple times this stream.
And only delighted once.
Thank you, Bruchwag. Wait till you see the alternate art.
I don't like all these people hugging animals. Stop it, Cathartic Reunion. What are we, fucking in Jurassic World right now? I don't want this. Get out of here. Stop hugging them. That fucking thing should be eating you, ripping you to pieces right now. There should be... It would make it worse if there's one single tear running down this dino thing's face. Wild animals should stay wild fucking animals. Do not take animals or monsters and try to companionize them. They're going to bite your arms off. I don't care how magical your goddamn spark is.
It's kind of weird. I feel like, we've had several green planeswalkers so far, and none of them have been free the animals. Garruk hunts animals. Vivian captures animals.
Does this say what I think it fucking says?
What?
It's called fucking forbidden friendship. Stop trying to make friends with dinosaurs.
Did we learn nothing from Dr. Ian Malcolm? She's done.
I'm getting more and more mad the more that I look at these fucking cards. Holy shit. Wait, is there more to Forbidden? Okay. Dear God. I am so mad.
I don't even see this card.
What is it?
Forbidden Friendship. Oh, there it is. Create a 1/1 red dinosaur creature token with a taste and a 1/1 white human creature token.
I'm looking for more of these, like...
Awful. You want to construct more of this narrative, huh? Check out Heartless Act. You're gonna hate this one. I hate this one.
Heartless Act?
Yeah.
Looking it up. Content warning.
Yeah. Animal cruelty.
So, my guess is there's some group of people who are, like, taking monsters who, I don't know, doing something terrible with them. And there's another faction that's like, we're friends with the monsters of this island. And it's all very PETA. Because they actually aren't really truly helping and they're really terrible. And nobody should be making friends with a tiger. Just don't do it.
Yeah. No.
Bonders? Is that what they're called? Stop.
Gross.
Bonding. Except I would like to bond with a Bruchwag.
Yeah.
That's
the single exception.
And it wouldn't be like I like invite the Bruchwag into my house. It'd be like I leave things out for the Bruchwag to like enjoy.
Like a cat.
Today, Bruchwag, I am serving you some lasagna. Will you enjoy this? And then it poops what I imagine is some rare gemstone, for which I crush up, snort, and then eventually I'll spark.
What a beautiful story.
Oh, if you bond with the Bruchwag, what would its companion requirement be? Oh, man. What would it be, Kenny?
You can only have creatures in your deck with base power toughness 1/1.
Okay, that makes sense. But also, like, are there many Magic the Gathering creature cards that are just one of a thing? Like
just
like
one
Bruchwag?
creature type?
Yeah, like one creature type.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean that just have a single creature type?
Yes.
Or is the only one of
Is the only one of its kind.
That'd be tough.
Not many.
Yeah,
Okay.
not many, I don't think. I mean, that's why Bruchwag was so surprising to us, is it literally was the only one of its kind.
Right.
Maybe the requirement could be each creature in your deck has to be of a different creature type.
Yes.
No
that'd be
creatures
really
in
good.
your deck can share a creature type.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that. What a menagerie. That's what you would call that one. The
ATOG,
Bruchwag's
ATOG.
menagerie.
Weren't there a bunch of ATOGs, though?
I don't know what okay, whatever.
We should be wrapping up here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so normally our podcast, we only record for like 45 minutes to 50 minutes because we want our show to be like 40-ish snappy. Because I could be outraged all day long. So.
Yeah. So this is a little bit longer than we'll typically have. We'll be starting at 7 Eastern on Tuesdays, quite promptly, as long as everything works. And we'll go for 30 to 45 minutes usually.
Yeah.
All right. You got any special words for our listeners and our chat here before we sign off?
Special words?
Yeah, like words of advice.
Put me on the spot, man. Never leave your bowl of pasta half full. Kenny,
Profound.
don't make me talk. Always lick your pasta bowl clean,
We're streaming.
or the Bruchwag will murder you in your sleep.
That's good. Okay. That's a beautiful note to end on. All right. So we'll be here Tuesdays, twitch.tv/Geekspective. We're on Twitter @RedBloomTG. I'm on Twitter @Wolfmere.
I'm on Twitter @RocketOrca.
Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for being in chat. We'll see y'all later. Until
Wait.
next time, I'll be representing Counterspell.
I have one Bruchwag who's my best friend, and their name is Helena. But I just want to say, what Kenny?
Nothing. The sign off is awesome.
Oh, you can edit this part out because I was going to say in probably about 10-15 minutes, I'm going to start playing Arena on my Twitch channel. I stream now because I have lots of free time for reasons. Namely, I don't have a job currently. So yeah, that's twitch.tv/Rocket Orca. Now you can end the show.
All right. Good day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you guys next Tuesday at 7 p.m. All right. End.